We live right now? I guess we live. God damn, this shirt hella big on me now, bro. I ain't wore this shirt but one time. About 30 pounds ago, you feel me? Come on into the STK show, man. I'm just sitting here drinking and thinking. I got a question, right? Like, and I was sitting here thinking, like, it's too late for me to call people to vent sometimes. So I just get on this YouTube, talk like it's just me and you, like I'm talking to my cup or some shit, you feel me? But I was wondering, like, what's harder? What's harder? Is it watching something or somebody leave your life? Or is it harder for you to let that shit go? You feel me? Don't let that go over your head. Like, is it harder to watch something, somebody go out of your life? Or is it harder to let it go and accept that shit? I've been thinking about that shit all day. Merry Christmas to everybody in America. You know what I'm saying? It might be even the day after Christmas by now. This is my first live video, so I don't know. You know, I'm just going live, man. Whoever watched this shit later, hey, man, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. But, like, I was really wondering, like, that shit hurts when something leaves your life, right? Or somebody walks out of your life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship that ends, whether it's somebody who passes away. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit hurts. And I've dealt with that shit. I've dealt with damn near all three of those things this year. You know what I'm saying? And them shits hurt. You feel me? Like I've known people who I was close to die this year. I've had people walk out my life, you know. I've had a person walk out my life this year. But it's like that shit hurts. You feel me? That shit hurts. Especially when you know that that person ain't coming back, whether they die or whether they just walked out of your life. You feel me? But as time goes on, you know, they say time heals all. Time reveals all for sure. For sure. Time reveals all. But now I'm starting to think like, you know, and as time goes on, no matter what, time is going to go on. You feel me? Life is going to go on regardless if you like that shit or whether you're willing to accept that shit or not. And it's just like having to condition your mind to let that shit go or that situation go or that person go, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that left your life or walked out of your life, that shit seems like it's just as, it hurts just as much as watching something leave your life or walk out of your life. It's like a double-edged sword, you feel me? It's like twice as much hurt sometimes. And again, I'm speaking because 2025, right? It's been a year where I've dealt with this shit. And is depressing, to be honest with you. You feel me? Like, it's depressing when you built something with somebody just to watch that shit go. Just to watch that shit just leave. You feel me? Just be non-existent no more. When you build something, that shit will tear you down. You feel me? Not just in relationships, in friendships. You know, I've lost people in friendships this year, you know. I've had to let certain relationships with, you know, go. And it's like both are depressing. It's like when something finally ends that you spent your time and effort and energy and even sometimes put love into, just come to an end. And they say all good things come to an end, you know what I'm saying, which is true. But when you don't have no power over how that shit ends, that'll fuck you up. You feel me? Cause sometimes people just die. You don't got no control over that shit. You can't even question God. You know what I'm saying? But that's one aspect of it, right? But learning how to get over that shit and let that shit go is even more depressing, is even more of an uphill battle than somebody leaving your life, whether it be through death or whether it be through a breakup or whether it be through, you know, a falling out or something like that. And like I said, it's just like a double-edged sword. So I want to know, like, what hurts more? Watching something or somebody leave, or having to learn to let that shit go? And sometimes letting something go, right? You still feel that pain. You still feel that hurt in you, even though you have to let that shit go, which is a whole nother pain. You know what I mean? It's damn near equal. I really don't know what hurts more. You feel me? But both hurt. Both hurt. Both hurt. A lot. I'm just talking, you know. This, like I said, this is my first live. This is my first time going live. You feel me? Whether one person watch this shit or whether 1,000 people watch this shit, hey, whoever's watching is obviously subscribed, so salute to you. You feel me? But both are depressing though. You feel me? Like, whether it be a relationship, whether it be somebody passing, whether it be some friendship that you done fell out with over some petty shit, you know. I just don't know what hurts more. Watching something leave or learning to let that shit go, or having to force yourself in sometimes to let that shit go in order not to drive yourself crazy. You feel me? Just to keep your own sanity. And knowing that it ain't gonna ever come back, right? So that's the part that I say, like, you don't heal from that shit because it's always gonna be a scar. It's always gonna be an open wound there. But at some point, life has to go on. Time is gonna go on regardless, you know? So it get to a point where, as much, even if you don't want to, you gotta let that shit go. And that shit can be just as hurtful and painful as the initial thing that even caused that shit. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm just drinking, man. I'm just drinking and thinking. You feel me? I'm just talking to y'all because I don't know. Both hurt. It's damn near equal. It's damn near equal. Really, the back end of it, learning and having to and forcing yourself in some instances to let shit go is probably worse in a sense because you already dealt with the initial thing of them leaving, whether it be passing away or leaving, whether it be walking out of your life, you know, and you still got those memories and you still got all those times. And if it's a death, right, you can't control that shit. But if it's somebody who's still alive, it's like sometimes that shit'll make you feel like damn, like everything we built, everything we talked about, everything we did was for nothing. Like, damn, I really, a person will start to think like, damn, I really wasted my fucking life. I really wasted years that I can't even get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the first part of it, right? Then the second part of it is having to think about all that shit, but still having to let that shit go, like at a point to where if a person dies, nothing about it. Like God has already did what he's going to do, and you can't question God if you believe in God, which I do. Obviously, I got a Jesus necklace around my neck. You feel me? But when somebody is still alive and walks out of your life, and you have to just learn to accept that shit and let it go, and they're still alive, and there's nothing that you can do about that shit to fix it. It seems like that shit'll leave you hurt. That shit'll leave you heartbroken. That shit'll leave you feeling helpless as fuck. That shit'll leave you feeling hopeless. That shit'll make you feel subhuman. Cause it's just like it's like you can't even get that time back. And you just gotta sit and dwell on the time lost, on the memories, on all of the things that were said in between that time that you just can't get back. What can you do about that shit? You can't do nothing about that shit. So that's why I think it hurts more when you have to force yourself to let certain shit go, right? Because you've already dealt with the initial thing of it leaving, but you still stuck with having to let something go, even if you don't want to. That shit can be really fucking hard, especially if you don't want to. Especially when, even if you do let something go, right? And you just force yourself and have no choice but to let something go. Just the hurt still sticks with you though. You feel me? The hurt still sticks with you. And sometimes, right, you can't control that shit because somebody's died. But if something or somebody is still alive and is sometimes the only thing that can heal that shit is what caused that shit. But if the person or the thing isn't there to or want to heal that shit, it just leaves an open wound. You feel me? Which can be very depressing, bro, which could really leave you feeling all of those things that I just said: hurt, heartbroken, helpless, hopeless, and feeling subhuman at a time. So I really don't know what is harder sometimes. Watching something leave and you ain't got no control over it, or having to finally just come to a realization that you have to let something go, whether it be because somebody passed away, or because somebody left your life, or because a relationship or a friendship went sour and there's no repairing that shit, you know. And I've dealt with a lot of that shit this year, 2025. I've had a great year, don't get me wrong, but man, you know, I've had some fucked up moments in this year too. You know what I mean? That I ain't in control of. You feel me? That I'm having to learn to let go, even if I don't want to, even if I have to force myself to for my own mental well-being. You feel me? But the heartbrokenness, the hurt, the humiliation, the helplessness, the hopelessness, sometimes that shit still stays. Even when you have let some shit go, do you fully let it go? Is it fully gone? Is it fully gone? If the wound still feels open in you, is it fully gone? It might be gone up here, but is it gone here? I don't know. That's why I asked the general question, what hurts more? Something leaving your life, or you forcing yourself, or having to deal with letting that shit go? I've really been on here 18 minutes already, bro. I'm just talking, bro. It's just whoever's watching this in and out, you, me, and this cup right here. You feel me? So whether you come and go, whether you watch this shit later, it's just heavy ass shit for the mind. You feel me? I don't know. What do y'all think? Whoever's watching this shit, what do y'all think? You feel me? Does it hurt more for something to leave, or for you to have to accept the fact that you need to let it go? That's the topic of this video right here. Like I said, I could have made a video, but shit, it said I accidentally pressed live and it went live. So fuck it, we here. Live and direct, live in the flesh. Maybe I might start making, instead of just making videos and put it on YouTube later on, because I don't edit none of this shit, bro. I say what I say, I upload that shit, and that's that. You feel me? But I don't know. I don't know. Just drinking and thinking, y'all. I'm just drinking and thinking, man. Like window shopping. I don't know. I don't know what hurts more, man. Watching something leave, whether you got control of it or not, or having to condition your mind to let that shit go. I don't know what hurts more. I want to go with the latter because you've already dealt with the initial hurt and pain, and then it's like having to relive it all over again when you're trying to condition your mind to let that shit go and finally just be like, it's over, it's a wrap. There's nothing I can do about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like I said, when you feel like you've invested time, money, effort, love in some cases into something and just to watch it just vanish. It's like, damn, like none of that shit meant nothing. None of that shit meant nothing at all. That's a fucked up and hard reality to accept sometimes. You feel me? It is. Like, unless you dealt with that shit, I wouldn't even know what to even describe it as. But it ain't fun. I wouldn't wish that shit on nobody because I've had to do both when it comes to people who are still alive and when it comes to people who are no longer alive that I'll never get to see again. I'll never get to talk to again. And sometimes, like I said, that situation could even happen with somebody who's alive and it feels like, damn, like it's dead now. You might as well have died because everything that came with the person that's alive is dead now. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you learn more about a person in a situation at the end of a relationship or end of a situation than you knew the whole time, right? And having to accept the fact that it might have meant something to you, and it might have meant something to somebody else during the duration of it, but at the end, actions speak louder than words, and sometimes the words match those actions to where you realize, like, fuck, like, I didn't mean shit to you. The situation didn't mean shit to you. All the words didn't mean shit to you. All the time spent didn't mean shit to you. That shit is heartbreaking, bro. Like damn. Like, damn. And then having, you know, and then with that, when coming to that realization, you still have to enter the second phase of that shit, which is letting that shit go. Once it clicks in your head that this person or these people or whoever, whatever, you know, y'all can tailor the situation to your own life. Just don't give a fuck about you or your existence. Like, there's no compassion for you as a human being. You feel me? I don't even know how to explain that shit, bro. I don't even know how to explain the hurt that can make a person feel. I don't even know how to explain the helplessness and hopelessness that can make a person feel. I don't even know how to explain the depression that can bring upon a person. I can't. Because you have to, you know, you have to go through it in order to feel what I'm saying. And I wouldn't wish that shit on nobody because I've had to deal with those situations in 2025, and I've dealt with them in past years too, but this year is just like, damn. And I can trace that shit all the way back to like the end of August, Labor Day weekend. You feel me? Where it started. And I didn't even notice that shit, right? I didn't even notice that shit until other people was like, bro, I'm watching your videos and you just don't seem so energetic no more. You ain't cracking no jokes. It's more serious. It's like you look sad, bro. And I also noticed that shit when, in order to fight certain feelings and emotions and reality in some cases, I just been working out to the point where I done lost like 30 fucking pounds since Labor Day weekend when I really started working out and changing my diet and shit. Like, nigga, this shirt is like 2 times as big on me. You feel me? Whatever that means. Hello. But I just realized, like, damn, like I've been fighting depression. It's like, damn, nigga, are you depressed? Like you? Nigga Sack the King is depressed? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I had to come to that realization that I'm human this year, right? I had to come to that real realization that I'm human this year. See, we as humans like to put up a wall and act like everything is okay all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like internet shit, they only want to show you the good times. They don't want to show you the bad times, the struggles, the depression, the heartache, the hurt, anything else that a normal human being might go through at times. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got $1 billion in your bank account or whether you got -0 in your bank account, you know, -$20 in your bank account. We all go through the same shit. We all are human beings. You feel me? And I live in a fat ass crib. You feel me? I live in a 4-bedroom fucking mansion. I got money in the bank. I got money in my house. I got, you know, a lot of nice material shit. I go on trips every year. Like the average person can't even afford to go on a fucking international trip per year, and I go on at least 3 to 5, 3 at a minimum. You know what I'm saying? But when the shit that you really want in life ain't there, that shit don't even fucking matter, bro. And I used to tell people, right? I used to tell people like if money can't buy you happiness, then you ain't made enough fucking money. You know what I'm saying? But I got money. You feel me? I live a great fucking life in Japan, my nigga. Nigga, average year for me is probably somebody's best year of their fucking life. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn this year, like, I'm human too. I'm human too. It took God to sit me down and break me down for me to realize that shit. Like God just came in, boom, like a fucking wrecking ball over my wall that I built. Crushed through all the armor I put on myself. You know what I'm saying? And I won't get into no details or nothing like that, but it's just like, damn, like back to the original topic at hand. What hurts more? What hurts more? Watching something or somebody walk out your life, or having to force or learn or deal with letting that shit go. Because both hurt, man. Both hurt. Both hurt. It's just me and y'all talking, man. It's just me and y'all talking. But I'm gonna finish this live because that was one topic, right? I'm gonna get into another topic because I just thought of something else while I was sitting here drinking and thinking, man. This is drinking and thinking with Zach the King. I'm gonna start a new playlist, drinking and thinking with Zach the King. But y'all tell me, whoever's still watching, I salute you, man. Whoever comes back and watches this shit, I salute y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Go watch some of my old videos. Go watch some of my playlists. You feel me? But I'm gonna be right back live with another topic. I don't know how to end this shit or what, but hey, cheers, man. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.